process, I personally believe that aging process cannot be reversed. In fact, the word Ayur means aging. So I like to translate Ayurveda as the science of aging gracefully. Yesterday, Glenn and our dear friend Glenn and Yogesh, Dr. Yogesh from India, he visited us and, where's Yogesh? There, right? Yeah, okay, Yogesh there. So, they were here yesterday. And it's very interesting when I heard Dr. Yogesh speaking. Dr. Yogesh is a specialist in Ayurveda. That's a very ancient science which has been connected, according to me, it has been promoted as something to reverse your aging process. I personally believe that aging process cannot be reversed. In fact, the word Ayur means aging. So I like to translate Ayurveda as the science of aging gracefully. So you cannot reverse your age. We can bully ourselves, we can cheat on ourselves or try to cheat on others. We can dye our hair, we can have surgery, plastic surgery. We can do many things to look younger, but we cannot cheat on ourselves. We know how old we are. And we know also, others also know how old we are. So we cannot cheat on ourselves. That is all done by the materialistic, those who cannot see beyond matter. We have discussed that in Bhagavad Gita. Beyond the lower Prakriti, they do all those things. We age gracefully. Nothing wrong if you're having bald hair, it's nothing wrong. Somebody was telling me the other day, you look very sexy. I said, well, you're 20, 30, 40 years, maybe 50 years late. If you had told me when I was a teenager, it would have been different. But now, I cannot perform anything anyway, so it doesn't mean anything. But friends, so it's not about this body, but what is Atma, Nitya. You know? So I was discussing with Yogesh, and we have been discussing this for last 30 years. And I would like him to share later on his own personal experience as a doctor. We have been talking about the power of Satsang. And Dr. Yogesh was speaking about community, having community to support you. So if you are falling sick or something, it is very important to have a positive community. If you are mixing around with wrong people, they can be your parents, they can be your siblings, and they can be very negative. They can draw you to the materialistic world. So try to find a good company, good support company, good support system. And that is what we call in Sanskrit Satsang. Sat means truth, Sang means togetherness, being close, being near to the truth. Dr. Yogesh used the word community support, something like that, And we also have cancer support group, which every week we are giving programs to them. Still online now. We have been doing this for the last few years before the pandemic. So support system is very, very important. And then he was also mentioning the second thing about faith. Shraddha, we call it Shraddha. Now Shraddha is unflinching faith, trust. In Hindi or Sanskrit, there are so many different words for faith. Vishwas is one thing. Vishwas is when you believe in something. You believe in certain dogma or doctrine or certain principle that is Vishwas. Belief system is Vishwas. Shraddha means unflinching trust. So you know that tomorrow morning, well, living in the east, especially in the tropical country, you know that tomorrow morning the sun will rise. So you don't beg of him, you don't say prayers, oh sun, please rise tomorrow morning, don't forget to rise tomorrow morning. You don't do that because you trust. You fully trust that the sun will rise. So you don't keep on praying to the sun to rise tomorrow morning. That is Shraddha. So he also mentioned faith, Shraddha. The third thing he mentioned, which is now very trendy, that is intermittent fasting. Now intermittent fasting has been known since time immemorial among the Ayurvedic practitioners, many, many thousands of years. After the sunset, and after the sunset you don't eat anything before the sunrise next day. That is now called intermittent fasting. It was a lifestyle. It was not even called fasting because we didn't have a culture of having midnight supper. Dinner was before the sunset because sun, we believe, has a very powerful impact on our digestive system. So as long as the sun is there, our digestive system is working good. When it sets, then the digestive system must rest also. Similarly, in the morning when it starts again, the sun rises again. So all these things are known to us for many, many years, thousands of years. And he was also mentioning, which is very important, once a week perhaps or twice a week, have a fasting for 24 hours. What we suggest now, Dr. Yogesh will tell you a little bit more on that. What we suggest, of course, you don't starve yourself. Do it slowly. And water is okay. When I say fasting, in my opinion and what we have been doing here, we don't stop water. And if you cannot keep fast for 24 hours, then remain on fruits. So no cereals, no grains, no vegetables, nothing cooked, just fruits. Not overeating fruits also. But this is very interesting when I was talking to Dr. Yogesh that he is also a researcher. He has done some research and he is also treating some patients. So he has some experience, very good experiences on these three things. And these three things which I told you, he was telling me, and then we were on the same page because we have been always focusing on this. These are the three most important things that we have to do. There are two other things also, but okay, these three things, we are on the same page.